Hello everyone. Welcome to the next lecture on the CSR Net Mathematics 2025. Today I will explain you the part 2 of the question which is related to the memory based questions. Remember students, I have received these questions from the students. Whether these statements are correct or wrong, I don't sure about that. Myself Dr. Harish Garg, you can follow my YouTube channel where you can find the playlist of the CSR UGC Net. You can see that the first part I have uploaded the 1 hour before, and now before that you must watch about this CSR net linear and real analysis. Last minute revision very helpful in this examination. If you already watch them, you have qualified the examination very well. Don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel so that when I upload my next video you will get the notification. Now, as I mentioned you, this is the memory based questions. So if your reaction after watching this statement is tiredness, then I must say you missed to watch my this last minute revision of the real analysis. Firstly, I will tell you what is the shortcut text as I tell you for the case of the uniform convergent and the pointwise convergent. What is the domain? What I told you in the real analysis video. Pick any subsequence. Pick any subsequence from the domain. If you remember students, अगर आपने ये लेक्चर ध्यान से सुना है एग्जामिनेशन से पहले, तो क्या था मैंने बताया, वट एवर द डोमेन, टेक एनी ऑफ द सबसीक्वेंस. यू मे चूज सबसीक्वेंस इज 1 over n. You may choose the subsequence 1 minus 1 over n. You may choose the subsequence 1 over 1 plus 1 over n. But 1 over 1 plus n does not belong to this interval. So that subsequence you can't choose that. Fine. Now, after if you can choose any of the subsequence, substitute in the given function and take the limit. If this limit does not goes to the 0, then it is not uniform convergent. Fine. These are simple shortcut text as I explained you. Now look at that. You can choose any of the subsequence. I can choose the subsequence 1 over n. Why I choose particular 1 over n? You can see it will be cancelled out. Fine. Then what is your f? This will be 1. It is 1 minus 1 over n raised to power n. Now if you take the limit as n approaches infinity, this value will be e raised to power minus 1, which is not goes to the 0. So that means this sequence is not uniform convergent. So you can see this option is right option. अगर ऑप्शन में यहाँ पे यूनिफॉर्म कन्वर्जेंट दिया होगा तो देन ये ऑप्शन कैंसिल हो जाएगा. फाइन. If the statement is look like say this, then your this option will be cancelled out. So that depending upon whether it is not uniform convergent or convergent. But I tell you this how you can solve the problem. Now, how you can check about the pointwise convergent? So that's again very simple. You simply take the limit as n approaches infinity. Since the interval is my closed, so I can consider the three cases: when x is 0, when x is 1, when x is lies between 0 and 1. Fine. When x is equal to 0, the function will be 0, limit is 0. When x is 1, this part will be 0, so the limit is also 0. When x is lies between 0 and 1, what is the limit of this case as n approaches infinity? Clearly say it is a 0. But the question arises is why? Look at that. Whenever x lies between 0 and 1, 1 minus x is also lies between 0 and 1. Fine. And if you taken the power n and n approaches infinity, that will goes to the 0. But because of this n, that is the infinity into 0, so I can apply the L'Hopital rule. I can write this quantity in this form. Then it is my infinity by infinity form. Then you can apply the L'Hopital rule as differentiate this with respect to n. So it will be a raised to power log of 1 minus x into minus 1. Fine. Now can you take the limit as n approaches infinity? If you take the limit as n approaches infinity, this part will be the constant that is outside and this part will goes to the 0. So therefore this answer is my 0. So what does it mean? Fn converges, because all are my zeros, converges 0 pointwise, and this function is my continuous. So that it does not converges pointwise cross, converges to the continuous function, fine. Converges to the discontinuous function, wrong answer. So the right answer is A and D are my correct options. Only if these are my correct options. Fine. अगर यहाँ पे ऑप्शंस यहाँ पे नॉट यूनिफॉर्म कन्वर्जेंट है, यहाँ पे कंटिन्यूस फंक्शन एक्स लिखा हुआ है, यहाँ पे कंटिन्यूस फंक्शन एक्स स्केल लिखा हुआ, उसके अकॉर्डिंग आप डिस्कार्ड कर दो. I hope you can like and comment on the video as well. Now, look at the second question, which is related to the complex analysis. Now, and I'm very sure that, very sure that your reaction in the examination is look like, say, this good girl. Why? Why? Because it's a dancing, and you are also, after seeing this question, you are behave like a dancing, because you can get the answer in a 5 second. How you can get the answer in the 5 second? First of all, it's a complex number. Fine. There is no denominators. So do you get any relation between the functions and the partial derivative? Yes, of course. You can find the derivative, which is ux plus iota of vx or uy, you can say. Now your target is to find the values at the 0. So f dash of 0, which is ux 0 0 plus iota 0 0. So that means this part will be my real component of f dash 0. Is it okay? Now can you find the first derivative of this f? So it will be e raised to power cos 1 plus iota sin z, fine, into, because this part is my constant with respect to z, so it is cos 1 plus iota into cos z. Now can you calculate the value of the f dash of 0? So sin 0 is 0, e raised to power 0 is 1. This is cos 1 plus iota, cos 0 is 1. So that's the answer of this problem. Fine. So that will be cos of 1 plus iota. But because it is a real component and it has some imaginary part, so I can open this bracket. What is the formula of the cos a plus iota b? That will be cos a cos hyperbolic b minus iota sin a sin hyperbolic b. Fine. So it will be cos 1 cos a cos hyperbolic 1 minus iota sin a sin hyperbolic 1. But because we need the real components, so that is the answer of this problem. Fine. So that will be cos 1 cos hyperbolic 1. So if this is the answer given in the options, then you can select it. Otherwise, if this is not the answer, it may be in the more expanded form. So what is the formula for the cos hyperbolic x? It will be e raised to power x, e raised to power minus x divided by 2. So I can again open this. It will be cos of 1 is outside. Cos hyperbolic 1, e raised to power 1, e raised to power minus 1 divided by 2. Then this is also the answer. Now based on the options, whatever the given to you, you can check whether it is written in the cos hyperbolic 1, whether it is written in the terms of the exponentials. I'm very sure that after watching this lecture, you have dancing like this man. Let me know in the comment box whether you are able to get the right answers in the problems in the examination or not. Okay, look at this another one. The function f is given to you as x by mod x into x square plus y square, provided x is my non-zero. Definitely, will you be laughing in the examination after watching this, after seeing this question? Of course you can if you already watch my this lecture series of the linear algebra and the real analysis. Why I told you? Because you can see first option is continuous differentiability, direction, derivative and so on. What is the value of this case? This is my always plus minus 1, fine, and this value is goes to the 0, fine, or you can change into the polar coordinates, then it is r, fine. You can say r, this value is always my plus minus 1, fine, and as r goes to the 0, this value will be goes to the 0. That means the function is continuous. So continuity, there is no issue. Otherwise, Otherwise, you can choose the path y is equal to mx. Fine. Then again, it will be infinite. It goes to the 0. Also, as I already told you, if the degree of the numerator is greater than the degree of the denominator, then the limit will always goes to the 0. And you can see this, the degree is 1. This is my 1. The denominator has degree 0. Fine. There is no term in the x. That's why this goes to the 0. Now, second, whether it's a continuous, whether it's a differentiable or not. Now, for the differentiability, we will check about the partial derivative. Fine. Limit x approaches 0, x comma 0, 0 comma 0 divided by x. So what is the limit? When x approaches x comma 0, y is a 0. So this part will be 0. This is my mod x. This value will be cancelled out. So it is x comma 0. When x is 0, it's a 0 over x. So the partial derivative is my 1. Can you find the partial derivative with respect to y? It is my 0 comma y minus 0 comma 0. So you clearly say when x is 0, answer is 0. So fy will be my 0. Now you can see both the partial derivative exist. मैं फिर कह रहा हूं बच्चों, this is only the memory based question. If it is given that the partial derivatives fx does not exist, then this option will be cancelled. If it is written as partial derivative exists, then it is the will be. Now, directional derivatives, or now we can find this one. So what is the formula for this case? Fx minus, because what we have obtained, fx is 1, fy is 0. So it is my h divided by h square plus k square. Fine. Now you can substitute the value of h, f of xk. So it is h divided by mod h into h square plus k square minus h divided by. So clearly say the limit of this is not exist, because if I separate them, minus h over h square plus k square. So clearly say the limit of this quantity does not exist. Why? Because it is not unique. Either it's a plus 1 or a minus 1. So once it is not exist, that means if the limit is not exist, that means it is not differentiable is the right answer. Again, if they are ask you whether the function is differentiable, then this option is wrong option. But right now what I have received from the students, they mentioned it is not differentiable is the correct one. Now, look at the last one, directional derivatives. So that means HA, HB minus 0, 0 divided by H as H approaches 0. So when X is 0, the answer will be 0. HA over H over HA. It will be root H square is a common, A square plus B square divided by H. One H will be cancelled. It is a mod of H. Mod H will be cancelled. So it's a over mod A into A square plus B square. So clearly say when you take the limit as H approaches 0. Fine. So the answer will be A. A over mod A is always a plus minus 1. Fine. Irrespective of the path, it is A square plus B square. Where A and B, now clearly say the limits is my not unique. If the limit is not unique, that means this directional derivative does not exist. And he said does not exist. Yes, all are the correct options as per this statement. Okay, look at this another one. Many times I have explained this question to you. What is that? This is a circle, radius center 0, radius 1. Fine. Which of the following statements are my true? M is equal to N. You can choose any value. Fine. Then your I will be 1 over 2 pi iota dz. This is the circle. What is the circle circumference? 2 pi r. R is my 1. So if you, it will be cancelled. Answer is 1 over iota. But it is not 1. Fine. So that option will be cancelled. But remember, if it is a, because it's a memory based question, if I say I m comma n is my 1 if m is equal to n, then clearly say if you take the absolute value, it will be 1. So in that case, this part will be right answer. But right now I have not received whether it's a modulus or not. Okay, look at the second option. This is A. M plus 1 is equal to n. So I can choose m is 0, n is 1, m is 0, n is 1. Equation satisfied. So then your I will be 1 over 2 pi iota. M is 0, so 1 over z. So what is the pole? Pole is my 0, which lies inside this one. So the answer of this will be, what is the answer of this? It will be 2 pi iota. That is my 1 satisfied. Fine. You may choose any other value of the m as well. For example, say m, because there is no restriction of the m and n. If they are from the real numbers, then you can choose any numbers. Let's say m is my minus, n will be then 0. Fine. Or you may choose m is equal to 2, n will be my 3, and so on. Again, if you choose this case, again the result will be here. If you choose m is 2, n is 3, then again will be this case. Chaliye, look at the third case. M is equal to n plus 1. So again, in this case, I can choose n will be 0, m will be 1. So then your integration will be z of 1. So clearly say this function is my analytic, and once this is analytic, what is the answer of this case? Is a 0, but he said 1. So that's option wrong. As per this information, only the B is the correct answer. But if it is a modulus, then this is also the right answer. I hope you can like, comment and share this video with your friends. Okay, look at this another one. Whether the function is continuous, differentiable, that is a function of the several variable. Fine. Now, if you look about this question and your reaction is look like say, oof, believe me, give me the 5 seconds, I will change your reaction from oof to wow. Within the 5 seconds, I will change your reaction from oof to wow. How? Look at that. Look at this function. Firstly, let me know whether this function is continuous or not. How you can check about the continuous? If you think about that, you can take the path y is equal to mx square and then check whether it's independent of m or not. That's fine, you can do. But if you remember my shortcut tricks, look at that. I can say 2 by 4 plus 1 over 2, which is not greater than 1. The function is not continuous. The function is not continuous. If the function is not continuous, that means the function is not differentiable. Fine. Now, if you think about that, sir, ये कहाँ से आई ट्रिक? ये क्या चीज है? 2 by 4 plus 1 by 2 कहाँ से हुआ? So for that case, have you watched my these lectures? No? Go it and watch it. Fine. Go it and watch it. You will see the shortcut tricks how you can check about the content. Like say, if I say plus x power 9 plus y raised to power 10 or 7, is it a continuous? Is it a continuous? You can see 3 over 9 plus 7 over 10. If it is a greater than 1, then it is a continuous. Otherwise, not. Fine. What is the shortcut tricks? I have explained you x raised to power a, x raised to power c, y raised to power d. This is continuous. Fine. If a over c plus b over d is greater than 1. But must watch it. You must watch these lectures. You will see that, yes, this is a very beautiful shortcut tricks. Fine. Now, so that means the function is not continuous. If the function is not continuous, means the function is not differentiable. Fine. Now the direction derivative. How you can check about the direction derivative? Again, I can use the limit f of HA, HB minus 0, 0 divided by H. Now you can see HA into HB. So that is H square H cube A square B. This is H square divided by H4 A4 plus H square B square plus E of H square AB. This is the value of the f of this. minus, what is the value of the f00? 1. Why this value is needed? Because at the point 0, 0, this is not defined. That's why this is a continuity case R divided by h. Fine. Now, as you can pick about the limit h approaches 0, clearly say this is a 0 by 0 form. But if you think about the 0 by 0 form, then apply the L'Hopital rule. That's a very, very time consuming. We all knows e raised to power h square ab, or you can see whenever limit x approaches 0, e raised to power x will approximately be 1 plus x. Is it fine? Because e raised to power 0, 1, rest higher power I can neglect it that. So this value e raised to power h square b I can written as 1 plus h square ab. So 1 will be cancel out. Fine. H I can taken as a common. It will be cancel out. Fine. So now what is the left behind? Limit h approaches 0. It will be h square again cancel out. It is a a square b divided by h square a4 plus b square plus h of ab. Fine. Now you can take the limit as h approaches 0. This value will be 0. This value will be 0. Answer is a square over b. Fine. Now you can see whether they are existence, directional derivative exists. No. Whenever b is my 0, like along the b means y-axis. So whenever you will taken along the x-axis, this limit not exist. But he said limit existence. So that option is cancelled. Fine. So you can see this axis does not exist. So that will be 0. Is it fine? So the answer of this problem will be third is the only right answer of this problem. Otherwise, you can also think like this way. What will happen if b is equal to 0? If b will be 0, that means this value will be 0. Fine. If this value will be 0, that means this number will be 0. This whole quantity will be 0. E raised to power 0 is 1. So the answer will be 0. And in this case, b will be, if b is a non-zero, then the answer will be non-zero, and that is not a unique answer. In this case, you will get the 0. In this case, you will get a non-zero number. Say a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2. You will get a non-zero, but from this case is a 0. So that means the limit is not unique. So that's why again you can see the directional derivative does not exist. Fine. I hope after watching these lectures, your reaction will be changed from the oof to wow. Let me know in the comment box, have you changed your thought process from the oof to wow? If yes, I'm very happy and will upload the next video very soon. Till then, you can share this video with your friends. Best of luck, students. And don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. Happy learning always.